Hello! Did you know that stroke is one of the leading causes of disability and death in the US in 2024? And the worst part, 80% of strokes could be prevented with simple actions that I'm going to show you today. Let me tell you something intriguing. Why is it that neurologists, the doctors who know the most about brains and deal with strokes every day, rarely suffer one? Coincidence? I don't think so. They keep some secrets in their routine. That's right, today I'm going to talk about the 7 simple morning habits which take only about 2 minutes each and which can be the key to protecting your brain against a stroke. I'm Dr. Andre Wambier, cardiologist, and I'm going to show you these habits and why they work. Pay attention. Stay until the end because habit number 1, the last one on the list, involves something that is common practice among many neurologists to protect their own brain, but is rarely discussed openly. But first, if you want to defend your brain, click on the like button below, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any health tips, and hit the notification bell and share with the people you love. A stroke can be terrible, and prevention is simple and can save lives. Send this video to everyone, your Facebook groups, share it, and tell me real quick in the comments. Have you had a stroke, or do you know someone who has? What part of the US or the world are you from? Right below. Let's go. Before we get to the habits, let me quickly tell you the story of Robert, 68 years old, former school principal, now retired. His checkups were up to date. He seemed the picture of health. One Sunday during a family lunch, happy, chatting, suddenly Robert falls forward in his chair. His speech slurs. The right side of his face drops. A massive stroke. The family acted quickly, but went to a hospital that wasn't prepared. There was delay in treatment, and the brain damage was extensive. He lost much of his speech, the independence he so valued. The saddest part, the neurologist, looking at his tests, told his wife, this could have been prevented with 7 simple 2-minute habits that could be done every morning, that I do myself every day. Imagine the weight of that sentence. No one needs to go through this anguish, this preventable tragedy. So let's get straight to what works, starting with habit number 7 and saving the most surprising for last. Habit number 7 to protect you against a stroke. Immediate hydration upon waking. It seems like the most basic of basics, but it's fundamental. While you sleep, your body loses water through breathing, through perspiration. You inevitably wake up slightly dehydrated, even without feeling thirsty. And what happens to blood when there's not enough water? It becomes thicker, more viscous. This forces the heart to work harder and makes circulation difficult in the first hours of the day, which can increase the risk of forming small clots, those that can travel and cause a stroke. I've already made a video about water on an empty stomach, and science confirms it. Studies published in journals like the European Journal of Nutrition reinforce adequate hydration is crucial for cardiovascular health, helping to control blood pressure and keep blood flowing well. Starting the day, replenishing fluids is the first smart and very quick step. Create this simple habit. Leave a glass or water bottle on your nightstand. Before coffee, before your phone, before everything, drink it. 1 glass, 7 to 10 ounces, already makes a huge difference. If you want to drink 2, even better. And look, don't wait to feel thirsty. Thirst is already a sign that your body is calling for help. Start the day hydrating. Habit number 6, wake up your body gently. Stretching or light walk, 2 to 10 minutes. After hours still in bed, it's natural for circulation to become slower, muscles and joints a bit stiff. Getting up and immediately rushing off, literally or figuratively, can be unnecessary stress for the system. Light movements early on for a few minutes work like awakening the circulation. It improves blood flow to the brain and muscles, prepares the body for activities, and the long term helps control blood pressure and vessel health. It's like starting a car on a cold day. You don't start it and immediately peel out, right? You wait a minute, let the engine warm up. Morning stretching or light walking is this warm-up for your body, lubricating the gears, joints, and making blood circulate better before you accelerate to your day. The American Heart Association, AHA, is emphatic. Regular physical activity is key against heart disease and stroke. And it doesn't have to be just heavy exercise. Publications like those seen in Circulation show that even light activities distributed through the day have a positive impact. Starting in the morning establishes a healthy pattern. You don't need to become an Olympic athlete upon waking. 2 to 10 minutes is enough. It can be in bed, stretch with enthusiasm, extend arms and legs, or get up and do simple stretches. Slowly rotate your neck, stretch your arms, try to reach your feet without forcing. A light walk down the hallway or yard also counts. The important thing is to activate the body gently. And of course, respect your limits. If you feel pain, take it easy. Do what's possible, but move. Habit number 5, monitor your blood pressure in the morning. Did you know that stroke peaks during the first hours of the morning, usually between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m.? This is due to the morning blood pressure spike, which largely has to do with the cortisol spike. And high blood pressure, hypertension, is the number 1 cause of stroke in the US and worldwide. This is indisputable in medicine. Major studies published in journals like The Lancet prove it's the most powerful risk factor. And the great danger, most of time, it gives no symptoms. It attacks your arteries year after year in silence, increasing the risk of a vessel rupturing, hemorrhagic stroke, or forming plaques that clog, ischemic stroke. Measuring blood pressure regularly at home is the only way to know if you have this enemy inside you. Imagine your home's plumbing. If the water pressure is always too high, even if you don't notice, the pipes are being forced, worn down. One day, a pipe might burst, hemorrhage, or accumulate so much rust and dirt that it clogs, plaques, and thrombosis. Invest in a validated digital arm blood pressure monitor. Measure first thing in the morning before coffee and medications, after using the bathroom, and sitting quietly for 5 minutes with your arms supported at the heart level. Do this 2 to 3 times a week and write everything down: date, time, systolic, diastolic, pulse. Take these notes to your doctor. And look, an isolated high reading might just be a scare. But if values are frequently above 130 by 80 millimeters of mercury, that's already a yellow flag. Above 140 by 90 is hypertension. Talk urgently with your doctor. Don't ignore your blood pressure. Habit number 4, the anti-inflammatory breakfast. The first meal of your day is decisive. A breakfast loaded with sugar, bad fat, white flour, think white bread with margarine, and sugary coffee, boxed juice, sugar breakfast, cereal, cake, causes glucose and insulin spikes, increases blood pressure and inflammation early on. This is terrible for your arteries. On the other hand, a smart breakfast with fiber, quality proteins, and good fat helps keep blood sugar stable, controls blood pressure, nourishes your vessels, and keeps you full longer, meaning you will snack less before lunch. Science leaves no doubt. Studies in British Medical Journal, BMJ, for example, link consumption of whole grains like oats to lower cardiovascular risk. And the American Heart Association tirelessly recommends reduce sugar, saturated fat, sodium, and increase fiber to protect heart and brain. What to put on your plate? Prioritize fruits, papaya, banana, avocado are great. Whole grains, oatmeal is champion, 100% whole grain bread. Lean proteins, eggs are excellent. Plain unsweetened yogurt, low fat white cheese, good fats, a handful of nuts, a drizzle of olive oil on eggs. Avoid or greatly reduce sugar. Read labels on juices, yogurts, cereals. White flour, white bread, cakes, cookies, processed meats, ham, turkey breasts are sodium bombs. But attention, beware of fake whole grains. Read the bread label. The first ingredient has to be whole wheat flour. If it's just enriched wheat flour, leave it at the supermarket. It's a trap. Habit number 3. To protect you from a stroke, hit the pause button on stress. 2 minutes of morning calm. The world today seems like a pressure cooker. Agree? We barely open our eyes and the mind already fires up. Bills, work, problems, this chronic stress release hormones like cortisol, which in excess become poison. They increase blood pressure, deregulate blood sugar, cause chronic inflammation. All this attacks your arteries and raises stroke risk. Starting the day at this frantic pace is immense wear. And it's not self-help talk. Robust research like reviews published in JAMA Internal Medicine show that mindfulness practice and meditation help control stress and improve cardiovascular health markers. And Harvard Health Publishing highlights that even simple deep breathing techniques can help lower blood pressure. It's simple and powerful. Before anything, phone, coffee, news, stop for 2 minutes. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes if you want. Just breathe. Feel the air entering through your nose and leaving slowly through your mouth. It's just a pause. If your mind wanders, bring it back to breathing without judgment. Make this a habit. Habit number 2, plan micro movements. Escape the killer chair. Being still for too long at work, on the couch, in the car is a disaster for circulation, even if you work out 1 hour a day. When you sit for too long, blood flow in your legs decreases too much, metabolism slows down, and the risk of forming clots, thrombosis, increases considerably. Research published in Circulation is categorical. Excessive sitting time increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, including stroke. The good news, the same studies show that interrupting sitting time with small active breaks already improves vascular health. The habit here isn't exercising, but planning to get up from your chair, couch, desk. First thing in the morning, think about your day. Will you spend hours at the computer, in traffic, watching TV? Already schedule active breaks. Use your phone alarm. Smartwatches tell us to stand up every hour, so get up. Walk around the house, the office for 2 to 3 minutes. Go get water. Great to combine with habit number 7. Do standing stretches, climb a flight of stairs if possible. Don't fool yourself thinking 1 hour at the gym compensates for 10 hours sitting straight. You need to break this still time. Planning in the morning, how will you do this? Greatly increases the chance of following through. And habit number 1, the surprising secret, the habit that comes from your mouth. Oral hygiene with dental floss. We've reached number 1, and I bet this will leave you open mouthed. Who would imagine that flossing every single day could be one of the most powerful weapons against a stroke? Seems strange, right? But science is connecting these dots in an increasingly clear and impressive way. The problem starts in your gums. When they are inflamed, gingivitis, or disease, periodontitis, and this is very common, they become a chronic source of inflammation for your entire body. Bacteria and inflammatory substances from the mouth enters the bloodstream. This silent aggression facilitates the accumulation of fat plaques, atherosclerosis, and clot formation. An inflamed mouth can literally be setting the stage for a stroke. And it's not conspiracy theory. A giant study following thousands of adults for decades presented at the International Stroke Conference of the American Stroke Association showed shocking results. Those who flossed regularly had up to 22% less risk of ischemic stroke, the most common, and an incredibly 44% less risk of cardioembolic stroke when the clot comes from the heart. Other robust research like meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Neurology has already confirmed having gum disease, periodontitis, increased stroke risk by more than 60%. The connection exists and it's strong. The secret is dental floss. Use it every day, morning or night, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to create the habit. Pass carefully as if you were hugging each tooth, going a little under the gum without forcing. And if it bleeds at first, don't stop. On the contrary, if it's a sign that the gums urgently needs this care because it's inflamed, with regular use, bleeding tends to cease. It's a 2-minute habit that protects your brain silently and very effectively. Of course, dental floss doesn't cancel out other risks. It's a fundamental and neglected piece in stroke prevention. Start today. That's it. As you saw, these were the 7 morning habits that can strengthen your defenses against a stroke. They are simple, quick things, requiring just a few minutes of your day and can literally save your life and preserve your brain. If these tips were useful, if they open your eyes to something new, leave your like. Let's break our record and share this video now. Send it to your parents, grandparents, friends, colleagues. Everyone needs to know that preventing a stroke can be simpler than you imagine. This information can save a life. And what will be the next video you watch? Don't stop learning about your health. I'll leave 2 recommendations here on the side. Our complete playlist about stroke, dive deeper, and the early signs of Alzheimer. My name is Dr. Andre Wambier, I'm a cardiologist, and this is Dr. Dre Health Tips. Remember to subscribe, and until the next video. Thank you so much.